big riding day just went down. It's about 10 o'clock. Today I biked 40 miles, 3,000 feet of elevation gain. Tomorrow I get to my Airbnb here in El Salvador. It's going to be awesome. And then a little hotel in a city tonight. And I just watched the debate between Drew Morgan, my buddy, and Durianrider, who I've met a few times, on the Primal Edge Health channel. And some whack shit went down. I took notes, and here's my response video. Of course, linked down below to the original debate video. It's like an hour and a half or 2 hours long. And I'm just going to go through the bullet points. Some whack shit went down, in my opinion, in that video. Essentially, Drew is now on a more carnivorous diet. He's not like full 100% keto carnivore, but mainly eating only meat meals like steak and organ meats and eggs and things like that, and fish. And Primal Edge Health as well is doing that. And then Durianrider, of course, you guys know Durianrider, very high carb vegan, pro refined sugar and things, which of course I don't advocate. I eat refined sugar sometimes, but whole food, plant-based is, in my opinion, the way to go. Here's the things that I want to talk about. First off, Primal Edge Health talks about how Durianrider dumpster diving for meat for his cats is like completely not vegan and proves that Durianrider is not an ethical vegan. That is the dumbest fucking point I've ever heard. When you take animal products and when you take your money and you pay for animal products, that right there is supporting the industry that is going to breed more animals so that the industry flourishes. When you take an animal product that is in a trash can, that is just going to be rotting there in the trash can and go to a landfill, you take that out and then you feed it to some cats that you either rescued or showed up on your property that you didn't buy from a pet store, that process is 100% vegan. And Primal Edge Health was like, oh, I found out that, or Tristan is his name, I found out that Durianrider is not actually vegan because he dumpster dives for meat. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. He's 100% wrong there. It's not a debate. If you are not purchasing animal products, and you're also not like just taking it for free from a restaurant, because that's also not vegan. If someone gives you animal products for free from a restaurant or a house or something, they have to replenish their animal products after you've taken it, and that is not vegan. If you see animal products in a trash can that no one's going to take, you're not supporting the industry who's going to have to make more animals, have to breed more animals and kill them in order because you are feeding the supply and demand. If you take shit from a trash can and dumpster dive meat, it's 100% vegan. So that was really disheartening. I mean, this guy Tristan, he seems stupid after some of these things. Drew was talking about how his brother, who eats meat, was better cycling right away than Drew when he was cycling as a vegan. Drew, there's so many vegans that are incredible cyclists, like my friend Jackson Long, and there's so many vegan endurance athletes. I don't understand why you would make that comparison and say the vegan diet clearly didn't work for me because my brother was better at biking. Maybe he's a lot better genetically at endurance running. Maybe you weren't a good cyclist. I don't know. Gaining weight at the Raw Till 4 Festival. Drew talked about how most high-carb vegans who eat a lot of fruit are kind of skinny fat, and how it just like immediately happens because of like insulin and stuff when you eat high carb and high sugar and eat fruit that you're going to gain weight. Weight gain is 100% calories in, calories out. If you eat a diet of 100% Coca-Cola and refined sugar, but you eat 100 less calories per day than you burn, you are going to lose weight. It has nothing to do with what foods you're eating. I mean, it does in that, like, of course, if you're eating tons of fried food, it's denser in calories, but it's not the food inherently is what's making you fat. It's calories in, calories out. So him saying that people who eat a lot of sugar are just going to gain weight, it's not true. It's just about how much you burning, how much you eating, how much you exercising. Saturated fat does not increase risk of heart disease. That's my next bullet point. All the research that I have read from people like Dr. Neil Barnard, Garth Davis, Dr. Joel Kahn, people in the cardiology field who are doctors who have been, and Caldwell Esselstyn, who have been treating patients with heart disease on a plant-based diet for so long say that high levels of saturated fat, which you can find in plant products as well, but mainly in animal products, and dietary cholesterol increase risk of heart disease. And these guys claim that that is not true. I started to look into that and try to open my mind to that concept, even though it's very mainstream science that eating high levels of saturated fat increase risk of heart disease. That needs to be for another video, but there is a chance that there's more science coming out that says that that's not the case, but I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to address that fully in this video. But what I want to say is just to honor, oh hi my Maggie, hey my vegan dog Maggie, who I've never purchased animal products ever for in my life. She eats bones and meat if she finds it on the road, of course, but 100% vegan dog in terms of me never purchasing animal products for her. She eats lentils and plant oils and nuts and vegetables and rice and tortillas. Next, Drew thinks that Durianrider is going to be eating meat in 2 years, and he thinks like everyone is going to like hit this point where they are going to realize that the vegan diet doesn't work. He really thinks that. I disagree. There's so many long-term vegans. I think I'll be vegan for life, but we'll see. Farting. Drew and Tristan were like, yeah, vegans just fart all day. No. I do not have bad gas. I do not have smelly farts. I fart a little bit, but I think I fart as much as a meat eater or a normal person. I don't get bloated. I don't have crazy gas, bad gas. I don't have smelly farts. I promise. Fucking promise. Tristan making fun of Durianrider that he has a vasectomy and that he's like psychotic because he doesn't believe in having children. Dude, we are so overpopulated, and the reason that humans exist, the overpopulation of humans is the reason that we eat tons of animals, we produce tons of plastic, and all the reasons for climate change. It's actually not a human problem, it's simply an overpopulation human problem. And he's like, Durianrider, you're a psychotic freak because you advocate for not having kids. I want to have kids. It's cool if you want to have kids because it's just a spiritual human thing, but I completely commend people who have principles and for sustainability and don't want to have kids and advocate for not having kids. I don't trust this Tristan guy at all. He's making such stupid points in my opinion. He even said, someone in the comments wrote, Sprite equals fruit in a can, which is one of Durianrider's lines, which I think is really dumb. Like, I don't think Sprite is a completely dangerous thing to have once in a while, but clearly fruits with the vitamins and the living foods is so much better than refined sugar, which is clearly not good for you. But Tristan was like, Sprite's vegan? You're gonna say Sprite's vegan now? No fucking shit, Sprite is vegan. He literally was like confused that Sprite is vegan. This dude is dumb. Sprite is just sugar. Tristan, the moderator, was just going hard on ripping on Durianrider, and he really thinks that Durianrider is, he kept calling him like a snake, you're such a filthy, slimy snake. Tristan thinks that Durianrider is actually just trolling and lying to people and like and promoting a diet that Tristan thinks Durianrider thinks is also unhealthy. No, dude. Tristan, we really think that a high-carb, low-fat diet can get you lean and healthy and prevent heart disease and good for preventing cancer and has tons of nutrients. And Tristan like really thinks in this interview, you can tell that he thinks that Durianrider is just completely trolling. No, sure he's trolling sometimes when it comes to let's talk about diabetes. Drew was talking about how you cannot reverse diabetes on a low-fat diet and how like there's no doctors that are showing that. Dude, do you not know Robbie Barbero, my good friend, who he's not a doctor, but he has a company called Mastering Diabetes and has something like a 95% success rate of getting people with type 2 diabetes off of their insulin and completely cured on a low-fat, whole food, plant-based diet with fruits, rice, beans, probably even pasta, but I'm sure he advocates for mainly whole food, plant-based, gluten-free. Dude, that's a scientific fact. If you eat a low-fat diet, you can cure your type 2 diabetes very quickly. Like, go talk to Robbie. That's something that's happening every single day. Like, it's so obvious that works. Okay, and then lastly, my camera's about to die. the environmental impact of something like eating bananas from Ecuador if you don't live in Ecuador versus eating animal products. Bananas are one of the most sustainable foods. They're actually they're never flown on planes. They're only shipped on boats, which is so much more sustainable in terms of greenhouse gases. There's a study done by the Guardian wrote an article showing that like one banana has about 80 grams of net carbon footprint of that banana. You pretty much can't beat a food in terms of having a low carbon footprint. Animal products inherently are emitting so much more methane, which is a more potent greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. I got my degree in environmental. Goddamn, my cameras keep dying. But yeah, even a banana transported by boat to another country, 100% is more sustainable when it comes to its carbon footprint than purchasing even like grass-fed animal products from your grocery store. I will also keep it completely real that killing a few 3 or 4 large game animals per year, or even a cow, or a deer or a moose, whatever, killing a few animals, and if you were a carnivore or had a greenhouse and you completely did not contribute to the industrial food system, I 100% agree, Tristan and Drew. That is more ethical and more sustainable of a diet. Let me repeat that. If you hunt and have chickens in your backyard, the chicken thing is complicated too, and they talked about that. If you have backyard chickens, but you bought them from the local backyard chicken vendor, which you can find in any town here in all the countries that I go to, they have tons of them, agriculture stores where you go and buy chicks for your backyard. When you purchase that, like, it's ethical once your chickens are just running around in the backyard and you pick up their eggs, assuming that they're totally free. I would say that is a very ethical animal product to eat. But if you bought those baby chicks from the store, that store is a part of the industry that kills every single male chick at birth and grinds them alive and if you don't know about that, look it up, because obviously when you're breeding chicks for eggs, none of the males are going to have eggs, so you kill the males immediately. So they're still not completely ethical depending on where you get it. You can never find a fully ethical way to exploit animals. The only ethical way, I think, to eat I know, in my opinion, to eat animals is, again, if you hunt wild animals or kill 1 or 2 cows per year and you never eat any other animal products from any farm, you don't eat any processed food, you don't eat anything from the industrial food system. I will agree, and I'm going to make a video about this, that a diet of a greenhouse in your backyard for vegetables plus hunting a few animals, large animals per year, and putting the meat in the freezer, that is an even more sustainable and even more ethical diet than a vegan diet with someone who is living in a city and who is buying industrial food. Because as they said, when you buy industrial food like wheat and soy products and beans, yes, there are going to be some animals that are killed in the transportation of those foods on the trucks. There's going to be some animals that are killed in the harvesting with grain combines. But let's remember that 60% of all plant agriculture in the United States and probably worldwide is not going to vegans eating food. All that plant agriculture, 60% is feed grain for animals, for cows and pigs and chickens, so that people who want cheap meat can eat meat. So this whole thing, when people say about animals dying in the grain combines, so 60% is for animal products, all of that plant agriculture to feed those animals in factory farms. And then it's something like 20 or 30% for ethanol, which is for your car. And then you have another percentage for processed food like Twinkies and bread and all that. And then a tiny little fraction, maybe 1 or 2% or less, of plant agriculture in the United States and probably worldwide goes directly to people eating whole plant foods, like a stalk of corn or a bean or a grain of rice. These people are completely wrong about so many things, and this interview really frustrated me. So let me know what you think about all of that down below. Yeah. And I can't wait to keep debating these guys. I asked Primal Edge Health if he would have me on his channel. He said no, he has too many videos scheduled. I really hope he changes his mind and has me on. But Drew is going to have me on his channel soon, and I'm excited for that. Much love, Dream Extreme.